Good evening. Thank you for coming along this evening. The reason for asking you along this evening is to inform you that our coach, Pāko will be moving on. We've had a wonderful season. We've clinched a treble. We couldn't have asked for the success that we've achieved. And together and collectively, we've enjoyed it. We have a match this evening to look forward to. And I'd ask Pāko just to say a few words.
No, first of all, as I told you last time, and I told the players as well, I have really enjoyed every minute I have been here. Thank you for a lovely, lovely journey I had here in Tel Aviv, not only Maccabi, even in Tel Aviv. I came here, with a clear, conviction that I took the right decision. I had a target and responsibility of get the targets from the club. There were difficult ones. I think we achieved all of them. I think we have to be pleased with the target we have achieved. To be honest as well, when I arrived, I realized that I had the best squad of Israel. This has been really helpful for me to get the targets. This is, of course, down to Jordi and to the club. And that's all. From now on, it's time to move on, to go for another target, something new to achieve. And it has been, not difficult to get agreed with, because I think as the club, as myself, we were agreed that it was time to move on, and that's all,
Should I, yeah. From my part, I would like to thank Pāko and his staff, also David, Jose, and all the staff that have been involved. For sure, an amazing season, and always the coach is a leading figure when you have success. And this season has been amazing. I think he's left the bar on a very high note, and putting a lot of pressure on the club to try to move on and to improve is almost impossible with what we've achieved this season. So Pāko, thank you very much. I know it was a very difficult moment for Maccabi Tel Aviv, and I think around 27, 28 of August, to change a coach. Pāko arrived. I think one of his first games was immediately also a derby, if I'm not wrong, so or in those weeks. So it was an extra pressure to compete immediately. Pāko did not have the chance, like all coaches like, to have a normal preseason, to be able to train with the team 6 weeks, to get to know them. We needed a personality who goes for it and who's an optimist and who gives optimism and confidence to the players. And I think Pāko has absolutely fulfilled all the targets and objectives. And from my part, I can only say, thank you, Pāko. Your name is in big letters in probably the most successful season of Maccabi Tel Aviv in terms of titles. And that's up to you, and nobody will forget you. Thank you very much, and I wish you all and only the best.
I arrived to a point that the club thinks that they need something different, and I think I need something different as well, and that's all. I think I had an idea, few weeks ago, but always you have to wait, until you think that is the right decision to take. I think, as I told you, I think it's responsible from the club to wait and to be sure that you take the right decision. And for me, the same. I didn't want to take a quick decision and regret after. And probably the club is the same. I think it's quite responsible, because sometimes you take too easy decisions and it's not a question. That's all. It's like when you have been living with your wife for many years, and before you change, you have to be sure that you are not in love anymore, and nothing changed. When you talk, it's not that you are agree about everything. When you talk, it's just different point of views, and that's all.
Can I just interrupt that? We have been talking, and we've always been talking, yeah. So that's not a problem. The press conference was meant to give the information and not to try to feed sensationalist speculation, which a lot of people live off. No, it's okay. We have. No, I'm not arguing. I'm just informing. We have a game today today is one of the best seasons Maccabi's had, and also that's the reason we thought it was better to do it before the game, so that people know about it, and it's a chance to give all from the fans and from the media and from us, all the Maccabi family, to give the big respect to the coach who's responsible for an enormous season. That's why we did it today, and the bus is leaving soon, so it wasn't meant to be kind of speculation. It's normal. We just want to go to the game and try to give all the Maccabi family an amazing evening, closure of an amazing season, and to say goodbye to various people today, because they've meant a lot for Maccabi, and they deserve that today is only the moment of thank you for everyone.
I think continuity is important for any club, but as both my colleagues have said, we've had conversations, we've had discussions, and we've reached the decision, and the mutual decision that we've reached this evening.
No, not only this. At the end, continuity sometimes is not the best. You know, sometimes continuity is not the best for the club, and continuity is not the best for the coach. No, not always is continuity the best. In this case, that's all. I think it's easy to understand. You know.
It's the third season that you bring a coach in the summer and you leave at the end of the season. This pattern that's happening every season affects Maccabi Tel Aviv every time, especially in the preseason, especially in Europe. Don't you find it a problem that every coach that you bring after one season is seeking to leave?
All the coaches have had a big success in the club. They've helped us further, and they've had good careers after. I think that's not arguable. It's not comfortable sometimes, but to say that Maccabi suffered when you see a clear rising pattern in the results of Maccabi, I don't think it's arguable. It's obvious that every year Maccabi has improved, the results are better, and we hope to continue that way, even though I must say this season the results are quite amazing and very difficult to even come close to equal, for sure. I think that will not be the case this summer.
Just this summer?
Do you know what is your next target?
No. I will have to find. I was clear that always I am quite. I take my time, be caution about which one is the right project to be involved, because at the end it's not just your word. You have to be sure that the decision you take is the best one, and until nothing that I think is interesting for myself that could be successful in the future doesn't come up, I will wait. Where both the club and myself agree that it was time, to move on, both of us, and not always is the best for the club to continue with the same coach, and it's not the best for the coach to continue in the same club, and it's easy to understand.